cell warrior, control movement. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tay, and today we are here and we're going to translate some prison lingo into some regular vocabulary for you guys today. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dante. I did a little bit of time in prison, 8 years, about 9 months and a few days, if you want to be exact, but who's counting? I'm not counting all that time I did. And to me, it was a long time. Some people are going to be like, oh, I did 20 years, I did 30. Well, that was you, I did 10, that was me. We all did different times. Mine was a long time, yours can be a long time. If you did 30 days, that can be a long time as well. But did I say my name was Dante? If I didn't, I'm telling you again, my name is Dante. Did time in prison, and now I make prison videos and everyday regular videos as well sometimes too, right? Is that what I do? Yeah, that's what I do on this channel. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel, and like button if this is your second time coming back to the video. Because if this is your second time coming back to these videos, that means you enjoy them. And without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about this prison vocabulary that we could turn into some regular everyday words that everybody can understand. So one of the words that we're going to talk about today, although it is not in my cup, we are going to talk about the word buck. Buck. Have you ever heard of buck before? If you have and you've been locked up, then you know that is a wonderfully mixed drink. It is so delicious. Magnifique. That is a complete lie. It tastes like straight ass garbage. Whatever ass garbage would taste like, that's what buck tastes like. Is when they take a bunch of fruit, sugar, and yeast, they put it all together in a bag, and it comes out to be alcohol, which is pretty much, it's turned poison. They're drinking poison in essence. They're drinking mold and stuff. Yeah, in essence, that's what they're drinking.
Disgusting.
So that's how they make buck, and they go back there and they drink it, and it turns your stomach horribly, in my personal opinion. Like, it's so nasty. Have I tried it? Of course I've tried it, but it's nasty. So if you ever hear buck and they're like, hey, you want to try some buck and you're in prison, just, I guess you can say yeah, because you have nothing else to do, but you probably won't like it. The next word, bucking. No, that you're not alcoholing. It's bucking is when you are bucking the system. You are like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Hey sir, you need to tuck in your shirt. I'm bucking, I'm not doing nothing. You tuck in your shirt. That's what I would tell them, you do it. But yeah, bucking the system is pretty much just wilding out, doing your own thing, bucking the system. Like, why are you bucking the system? They tell you to shave, you ain't shaving, you just bucking the system. That's all he's doing. That's what that means. Bucking the system, that means being not necessarily confrontational, because you don't have to be confrontational to buck the system, but you are just not really following the rules. You're just doing your own thing, making your own rules. You are literally going against what you're supposed to do.
Whatever, I do what I want.
When you are in jail, there is a difference between jail and a prison. A jail is where you go before you actually go to prison. That's where you wait until you get your actual charge and they sentence you, and then once you get sentenced, you go to actual prison. To me personally, jail is worse than prison, and there's a whole bunch of reasons beyond that. Maybe I'll make a video on that one day, maybe I won't, I'm not sure. But there's definitely a complete difference between jail and prison. While you are in prison, you are sent down the road, and that's what prison is, being sent down the road. So after you get your time, everybody's gonna ask you, you know, when you're going down the road, how much time you have down the road. That means prison in essence. Somebody comes to you and like, yo, you wanna go half on a prison DooWop? We call them setups. Some people say DooWops, but they're talking about making a prison meal, coming together, putting some noodles, putting some sausages, putting some corn together, throw it in a bowl, fry it up, make it real good. That is making a DooWop, aka what we call on my coast a setup. If somebody say, can they hold your line, or if they can hold your steel, they are not talking about a weapon, they are talking about your cell phone. We usually get line. Steel is, again, further west coastish a little bit, but on my side, we be like, yo, commit your line, you know what I'm saying? Or jack, or something similar to that. But if you hear line, steel, jack, we're talking about a cell phone, you know what I mean? Control movement. In South Carolina, where I was locked up, South Carolina Department of Corrections, they have control movement. That means you can't go nowhere without an officer being present, walking you to your next destination. And that means whenever they come and get a bunch of group of people, you all have to walk in a straight line. They even have lines literally drawn out on the pavement outside and in some of the dorms that you have to walk on. They want your left foot on the line at all times. Yeah, it's pretty much kindergarten or military, and you have to walk everywhere in a line. There's no movement on the yard at certain times of the day. They pretty much lock the yard down. Only time you can move if you have a pass. So in essence, that's what controlled movement pretty much is. One of the devices that I couldn't stand was a popper back there in the penitentiary. Used to piss me off all the time when people used to use their poppers, because they used to knock out the power of our personal TV sometimes, and sometimes the guard would be like, well, y'all knocked him out. I am not gonna turn the switch back on. So they refused to go flip the switch for us because people would use their poppers, stick them in the outlets, and pop their cigarettes to get them lit, and it would be annoying. So poppers are pretty much cigarette lighters. You can use a pencil, some kind of piece of metal or copper or something like that they used to find, and you just pop the little wire and it'll spark the cigarette up. But yeah, that's how they used to do that. Put some water on it. That is the next word we are going to discuss, and you need to put some water on it. That means you're probably in the bathroom smoking and you need to put some water on it. Blow your smoke into the bathroom toilet and flush the toilet, putting some water on it. Or if your boo-boo stinks, you're in there taking a nasty shit, it's coming out of me like lava, and it smells like crap, please put some water on it so we don't have to smell the disgustingness that is coming out of your bowels. Yes, that is putting some water on it. Something that I may have done a time or two is shooting the one. That is pretty much fighting in prison. That is a one-on-one fight. Don't worry about nobody else jumping in or anything like that. When you shoot the one, like, yo, you want to go shoot the one? That's when you have a problem with somebody. Fair fight, fair one. All pretty much align with the same thing. Even though shooting the one can turn into people shooting the 7 on you. People, when you do shoot the one, it's usually a one-on-one fair fight. Usually you have people who get sentenced to the door, and pretty much that means literally they walk to the door of prison and then they get turned around. They pretty much get processed in prison and then they get turned around. They don't spend more than 60 days in actual prison. And in our state, when you get processed, everybody gets processed out of one prison. So when you go to that prison, you're pretty much in segregation all day. And once they process you, they then classify you and they send you to a yard. If you go to the door, that means you're going straight to classification. They're going to give you an inmate number and then send you home because they want record of who you are. In essence, pretty much they're just making you a felon or giving you a record in essence. So if you're to the door, that means you may have time, but it's no real time. They may sentence you to like 6 months. You go to the prison. When it's all said and done, you may do like 30 days and they'll send you home. So, and then you have what we call is some cell warriors. Those are people, when you're locked down, they are talking all that crap, like they are about that life, they're about to do this, they're about to do that. But when the doors pop open, they stay in their room. They don't want to come out the room, or they don't go to chow, or they was talking all that junk, but then when it's time to fight, they're like, oh, you know, they don't really, you know what I'm saying? So you have a bunch of cell warriors back there, and I mean, for many reasons you have cell warriors, but you have those on the street though. So pretty much people would just be woofing, selling wolf tickets, which I think we probably already covered before as well. And then those are all the words that we have in this video. We're gonna have one more segment of prison words, and then that'd be a wrap for all the prison words that I personally know and or may have looked up. But with that being said, there are a bunch of prison words that I have no idea, never heard of. And I think I've asked that question before, and somebody did comment that they wanted to see that video, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, all I do know is that you're going to bless somebody today, and I am going to bless somebody tomorrow, because at this point in time, your boy Tay, I'm out.